This is going to be a vulnerable video. So, I'm a gut health practitioner and I help people, I help clients, hundreds so far, heal chronic digestive disorders. And here I am feeling like an imposter right now because I'm currently struggling with a flare up of my own gut symptoms, which I fully healed 5 years ago. And I'm helping other people do the same. But the fact that we healed once, this has been a humbling reminder because it is not a guarantee that it will never happen again if you don't take care of yourself. Like, not that I wasn't fully not taking care of myself, but I was doing a lot of things that I know I shouldn't have been doing, which I'll cover in the video today. And so I've had a relapse. And especially like for me, I'm somebody who has been predisposed to gut issues my whole life. I have had gut problems since I was, as long as I have memory. Like since I was 3 or 4 years old, I struggled with constipation. Then I had my appendix rupture when I was 8 years old, surgery, and then kind of always had issues, always had constipation, was always super bloated as a teenager. I always had a bloated stomach. I used to get bullied for it by the boys, typical. Used to always like try to cover it up, wear baggy stuff. And I was really skinny everywhere else. Like I was a size 00, but I had a really bloated stomach that I was constantly being bullied for. I didn't know where it came from. My mom took me to all sorts of doctors and GIs, and they said everything is normal. Like this is just, she just has a sensitive stomach. This is how she is. So I'm somebody who, like, this is my weakness. This is something that I have to take care for the rest of my life. So there are people who can, not take care of themselves and not take care of their gut and their diet and their stress and not get a flare up in gut symptoms. Maybe they'll have it somewhere else. Everybody has their own sort of weakness, their own predisposition to different things. And that's actually like the concept of metabolic chaos that I talk about, that we all have a genetic predisposition to something. So when we don't take care of ourselves, it just hits differently for everybody, but then the root cause might be the same, which is just not taking care of yourself. It's like if you have a piece of glass and there's a little crack here for me, but for you, you have a little crack there. And if you start tapping on that glass, the crack will expand wherever it sort of was initially designed to be soft. I don't know if I'm explaining myself properly. But so over the last year and a half, I have been under a lot of chronic stress. Being a business owner isn't easy, and being a solopreneur is not easy. It was a lot easier when I was an employee and just working in an office, and then you clock out. You work 10 hours a day, 7 days a week. You care about your clients like they're your own family. You're doing everything to make sure that they get the best possible results. And like my personality, the way I am, I'm like a huge perfectionist, and I don't really set good boundaries, which I'm trying to work on now. If a client messages me at 2 a.m., I'm trying to answer at 2 a.m. And I had a lot of like family stuff going on. I don't really want to talk about that on public channels, but basically my father passed away and there has been a lot of things to deal with since then. And I just, I don't want to get into that, but that has been a huge stress for my mom and I that we've been trying to sort through. And there's been some betrayal and blah, blah, blah. And I was not I was trying not to take it seriously and not realizing what an impact it was having on my health. It was like a slow erosion. And mind you, this whole time I stuck to my perfect nutrition. Like I still eat mostly whole foods. I cook 90% of what I eat. I don't eat out a lot. I don't drink a lot of alcohol. I don't eat any processed foods. Like I take care of my nutrition. My sleep hasn't been doing well, and sleep is fundamental in how you recover and how your body repairs. So I've been eating well, exercising, moving, etc., which is what many of us think are the things to do to have a healthy gut. But then on the flip side, I fried my nervous system over the last year and a half. I haven't been sleeping well. I have been having so much anxiety, so many emotions, and just so much unrelenting stress that it literally punched me in the gut. And the thing with chronic stress, like if we just have regular amounts of bouts of stress and then we snap back out of that, so we go into a sympathetic state and then we go back into parasympathetic, that's fine. Our body is meant to be allostatic, like it's not meant to be in the same state all the time. But it's not meant to be in a chronically stressed state all the time. And I think realistically, for the last year and a half, I've had 80% of days where I felt I was in a state of chronic stress and I wasn't trying to find ways to regulate my nervous system. I mean, I go for a walk in the forest every day, but clearly, like, it wasn't enough. I needed to be doing more, and I wasn't. And chronic stress suppresses stomach acid production. And your stomach acid is your first line of defense against invaders, pathogens, bacteria, parasites, any of that. We are all exposed to these pathogens on a regular basis. The difference between the person who gets an infection and doesn't is that one of them has strong stomach acid, strong bile production in the liver, well functioning gallbladder, and then the other person doesn't. And then, so for me, I have been really stressed, and that clearly has suppressed my stomach acid production. And then we carry a lot of, as woo-woo as this is about to sound, we carry our emotions and our stress in our liver. Our liver is like the superhero of our body. It filters out all the toxins we're exposed to in the environment, in our food, microplastics, whatever. Everything goes through our liver. So already we have to take care of it being congested because of modern life in the modern world. But it actually also, according to traditional Chinese medicine and Ayurveda, carries our emotions and our stress and our anxiety. So suppressed stomach acid, congesting my liver, so not enough bile production, which is our natural antimicrobial. So if your stomach acid didn't kill something, your liver bile production is supposed to kill it in the small intestine. So I'm suppressed both of these. And as a result, I tested myself with a GI map because I started struggling with bloating symptoms, just, the full package of digestive issues. And lo and behold, I have a parasite infection. Sorry, my dogs like to growl while I record. I have a parasite infection. I have H. pylori. I have a bit of a depleted microbiome, not terribly so, but it's it's worse than it used to be. I have inflamed gut lining, so like leaky gut. And all of that came just from the simple factors of like that chronic stress. And I just am making this today because, first of all, this is like kind of like a confessional, because it's really difficult to admit online that it feels like an imposter thing to do, to tell people what to do when I wasn't doing it myself, and now I'm in the same place as them. But at the same time, it's humbled me a lot and reminded me that nutrition is not enough, and it's something that I preach to my clients, and also that made me relate to my clients more, because it's been so long that my gut was functioning properly that I forgot how horrible this is, how much it takes over your life. You wake up thinking about it. You spend the day thinking about it. You go to sleep thinking about it. You exercise every day and you eat perfectly and you still have a bloated stomach and you feel ashamed and uncomfortable in your own skin. And it's so defeating. It's so isolating. You don't want to go out. You don't want to do anything. And I feel good just about the fact that I've been reminded of this. And so I can once again relate to what my clients are going through and be on that journey with them, because I'm now back on the gut healing journey. I'm taking huge care of rehabilitating my nervous system. I'm on a protocol like the ones that I put my clients on to take care of my parasite infection, my H. pylori, to rebuild the strength of my gut lining, to rebuild my microbiome. And yeah, so there's not really a bigger purpose of this video except to have it as like a confessional, tell you guys that you're not impermeable. It's kind of like the comparison I want to make is that, if you gain weight, that doesn't mean if you lose weight, that doesn't mean you will never gain the weight back just because you lost it once. You then have to take care and retain the habits that helped you lose that weight so that you can keep it off. Gut health is very similar. Just because you healed your gut once doesn't mean that it'll never happen again if you go back to your previous habits, because your previous habits got you where you were in the first place, right? So, so I am in the trenches with you guys once again. I am along the journey. I can be sharing exactly what I'm doing if that's helpful to you guys. I already did the testing. I can do a video on that and show you what my results revealed so you can see what the labs look like. And then I can show you guys exactly the steps I'll be taking myself through over the next 6 months to heal my gut once again. And then what I'll be doing for the couple of years after to make sure I've maintained and solidified this healed state. All right. Follow along if you want to see that journey. Drop any questions in the comments that you have. And if you want me to create a piece of content around any specific part of this journey, let me know and I will do.